Hello and welcome to Standard Voice Television Movement News today, 6 June 2026, equivalent to Islamic calendar 20th day of Zul Hijjah 1447 after Hijrah. I am Hamida Muhammad Idris. In the headlines, the government reaffirms commitment to strengthening democracy and national unity. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar knocks presidency over continued captivity of Oyo pupils and teachers. Troops of Operation Fensanyama arrest arms supplier and recover ammunition in Northwest. On the international scene, President Trump says Iran has 22% of missiles left. And on sports update, FIFA increases World Cup clubs reimbursement fund to $355 million. These are more news to be coming to you in the bulletin. To stand by. The government has reiterated its commitment to strengthening democratic governance, promoting national unity and addressing the challenges facing the country as Nigeria prepares to celebrate its 27th Democracy Day on June 12. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, gave the assurance in a statement following a special Jumat prayer held as part of activities marking the Democracy Day celebration. He also noted that the prayer service provided an opportunity for the nation while reflecting on the role of citizens in sustaining peace, stability, and development. Idris also said Democracy Day remains a huge occasion for Nigerians to reflect on the nation's democratic journey and honor those who made the sacrifices for the restoration of democratic rule. The minister also noted that the annual observance also provides an opportunity to celebrate the resilience of Nigeria's democratic institutions and the commitment of citizens to constitutional governance. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is working tirelessly behind the scenes day and night to secure the release of all citizens kidnapped in Oyo State. Vice President Kashim Shettima dropped the hint at the Abuja National Mosque for a special Jum'at service to commemorate the forthcoming 2026 Democracy Day. Prominent leaders and Islamic clerics gathered at the National Mosque Abuja for the special Jum'at service. Shettima also issued a passionate, unified call for national prayer, citizens' cooperation, and unyielding hope in the face of security challenges across Nigeria. In his sermon, the Imam of the Abuja National Mosque, Ustaz Muhammad Harun Ezi, reminded the political class of its sacred covenant with the Nigerian people. Also stressed that the true measure of democracy lies in its tangible benefits to the ordinary citizen. So in the news, Court of Appeal in Abuja has set aside key aspects of a Federal High Court judgment that recognizes a factional caretaker committee in the People's Democratic Party (PDP), holding that the trial court granted reliefs that were never sought by any of the parties to the suit. Justice Uche Chukwu and Menam, in a verdict delivered on Wednesday, a certified true copy of which was obtained on Friday, the appellate court faulted Justice Uche Agumo of the Federal High Court Ibadan for going beyond the issues placed before the court in a dispute arising from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) leadership crisis. Justice Amogo had in a judgment delivered on January 30 to recognize the caretaker committee led by Abdurrahman Muhammad and Samuel Anyawu as the legitimate leadership faction of the party. However, the Court of Appeal held that none of the parties before the lower court had sought such a declaration. The appellate court further held that the legal foundation upon which the Federal High Court based its recognition of the committee had already been extinguished by a Supreme Court judgment nullifying the PDP's Ibadan Convention held on November 15 and 16, 2025. Bauchi State government has ordered the immediate removal of all billboards, banners, and campaign posters mounted on streetlights, utility poles, flyovers, and other public infrastructure across the state. The Bauchi State's Infrastructure Development and Maintenance Agency, in collaboration with the Fiscal Planning and Development Board, Environmental Protection Agency, and Road Traffic Agency, issued directive after a closed-door meeting with political party chairman. The General Manager of the Physical Planning and Development Board, Muhammad Ibrahim, on behalf of the agencies, emphasized that political parties and their supporters have been given a one-week ultimatum to comply with the directive. He also said the ultimatum takes effect from Thursday, June 14, expires on Thursday, June 11, 2026. Presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress ADC, Atiku Abubakar, has knocked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and First Lady Oludemi Tinubu over the continued captivity of pupils and teachers abducted in Oyo State. He also accused the federal government of failing to demonstrate sufficient urgency in securing the release of the victims. The senior special assistant to Atiku on public communication, Frank Shaibu, in a statement said his principal alleged that governments appeared more focused on political activities than addressing the plight of the abducted peoples and their teachers. The former vice president also criticized the first lady, saying Nigerians expected stronger public advocacy for the safe return of the victims. Atiku, however, argued that political activities and celebrations should not take precedence over effort to secure the release of abducted school children and teachers. The news is coming to you on Standard Voice Television. Still to come in the news. Troops of Operation Fonsanyama arrest arms supplier and recover ammunition in Northwest. On the international scene, President Trump says Iran has 22% of missiles left. And on sports update, FIFA increases World Cup close reimbursement fund to $335 million. These are more news to be coming to you after this short break. Do stay tuned.
Imagine, say, television, movies, news, and entertainment, they your pocket, just like that. Welcome to Free TV app. Now the #1 digital TV app for Nigeria. Free TV app get over 100 live TV channels, breaking news, sports, Nollywood movies, small pikin shows, and plenty more inside one app. No decoder wahala, no plenty setup. Just download, open, begin the watch. To get the app, just search Free TV for Google Play Store or Free TV NG for Apple App Store, or scan the QR code for your screen. Registration will take you seconds. You fit use phone number, email, WhatsApp, Google, or Apple ID. OTP even dey, so make your account stay safe. For inside the app, the live TV section get over 100 licensed channels with program guide, pause, rewind, and catch up. Free TV no be ordinary app. Now digital revolution. Download Free TV today.
Welcome back from that short break, and now the news continues. Troops of Operation Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Fonsanyama have arrested one Mustafa Bakar, suspected arms courier in possession of a large cache of ammunition in the Northwest. The media information officer of the Joint Task Force Operation Fonsanyama, Lieutenant Colonel Aliyu Anja, who disclosed this in a statement, said similarly many rustled cattle were successfully recovered. He also explained that troops of Sector 2 deployed at a checkpoint in Kauranamoda intercepted a civilian vehicle traveling towards Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara State. According to him, during a thorough search of the vehicle, the troops recovered a locally fabricated pistol, a magazine, and over 1,000 rounds of ammunition concealed in a sack containing millet, among other items. The spokesperson also explained that the suspect was immediately taken into custody, while all recovered exhibits were secured for further investigations. So on security, several repentant Boko Haram members who are complementing effort to the military, including Civilian Joint Task Force CJTF, and soldiers have been killed in an attack launched on a military base in Mandaragero village of Biu local government area, Borno State. The incident, which took place at about 4 a.m. on Friday during heavy rainfall, also left scores of the insurgent dead and injured. Mandaragidu and outskirts of Biu, located along the Biu Damboa, Maiduguri, which was closed for motorists several years ago due to its unsafe, has witnessed deadly attacks in recent past. A resident of Biu, Usmani Hayat, told reporters that he saw several military ambulances evacuating the dead and the injured ones into Biu town for medical attention. Another source said at least 20 people, mostly repentant terrorists and members of CJTF, were killed, even as he said no fewer than 8 soldiers also paid the supreme price. Meanwhile, the Borno State Police Command is yet to comment on the incident. National Broadcasting Commission NBC has rejected recent alert raised by the broadcasting organizations of Nigeria, BON, reaffirming that its planned digital switchover DSO strategy is consistent with the 2012 White Paper on International Agreement. The NBC, in a response dated May 26, 2026, pushed back against BON's assertion that the planned satellite-based free TV platform violated the 2012 White Paper on International Agreement governing Nigeria's long-delayed migration from analog to digital broadcasting. It also insisted that its big picture strategy, which deploys direct-to-home satellite delivery alongside terrestrial transmission, is not only lawful but represents the only viable path to achieving universal coverage after nearly 2 decades of false starts and over 60 billion naira in expenditure. On its part, BON had argued that the GE06 agreement, an international treaty coordinating frequency use, and the 2012 White Paper mandate digital terrestrial television exclusively, making satellite broadcasting an unlawful component of the DSO. Moving to the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump says Iran still has 21 to 22% of its missiles left Friday, in a week in which Tehran fired dozens of them toward regional neighbors despite a sputtering ceasefire. President Donald Trump told NBC News in an interview that Iran still have capacity and have some missiles drones. The figure for Iran's missiles stockpile is higher than one of 18% Trump gave in May. He also often claimed to have destroyed Iran's war fighting capacity. Take 2. Iran's military said Friday it had fired warning missiles at 2 U.S. destroyers in the Gulf of Oman, a claim promptly denied by the U.S. military 2 days earlier. Kuwait said it had intercepted 30 ballistic missiles fired, Take 2, as part of heinous Iranian aggression. Finally, to the Sport and Scene Federation of International Football Association, FIFA has announced that clubs whose players go to the World Cup or appeared in qualifying will receive increased compensation this summer. The governing body of world football increased the amount of money in its club benefit program to $355 million. And had already announced last September that it planned this increase of 70% from the amount distributed for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. While FIFA does not give total revenue figures for the World Cup, it estimates that its total revenue this year will be 56% up on 2022. And for the 4 years to 2026, a period which includes an enlarged Club World Cup in 2025, it will have taken in 72% more than in the previous cycle. And another development, Nigeria Super Falcons edged past Senegal 2-1 in their international friendly in Kenya on Friday. The African champions took control of the game from the first minute, but had to wait until around the half-hour mark before scoring the curtain raiser. Finally, on the news, the top stories again. The government reaffirms commitment to strengthening democracy and national unity. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar knocks presidency over continued captivity of Oyo pupils and teachers. Troops of Operation Fensanyama arrest arms supplier and recover ammunition in Northwest. On the international scene, President Trump says Iran has 22% of missiles left. And on sports update, FIFA increases World Cup clubs to the reimbursement fund to $355 million. That's Standard Voice Television Global News for today. On behalf of the production crew led by Ilya Adamu Auta, I am Hamida Muhammad Idris. Thank you for investing your time and staying with the news. you.